Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 113 of Limb Lengthening Live, where the patients interview the guests. And today we are doing an open mic, another one, that's right. But we have some topics to discuss. If you guys have been in the Discord community, you probably saw some of those topics this week. But we also have a guest here, fan favorite. He's back from fresh off his trip from Mexico, right, Real?
That's right. Arizona, went riding on the Harley through the mountains and stuff for 4 days, and then flew out to Mexico. Go spend 5 days in the ocean. I got a beating in there, but it was fun.
This guy's swimming at the 1 year mark, so just a little over his 1 year mark. But no, he sent some content. We'll bring it on here in a minute. But before that, we do have some topics to attend to. So I have to discuss some things here. So the first thing I want to do is kind of start off with some good news. Is if you guys don't know, the Limb Lengthening Forum is back up and running. Apparently, I think they said that there was some sort of hosting site issue, but they're going to try to get it fixed, but it is up. So if you guys want to go to your Limb Lengthening Forum, have fun. But if not, if it's not your thing, you want a different change of scenery, we do have the Discord community link in the description. So check that out. The other bit of news that I want to talk about is about the echo heard around the Limb Lengthening community, which is about the Precice Max Nail. Unfortunately, the nail just got released and it was just launched, I think like just over a week ago. And unfortunately, it had to be put on a delay or a hold, a supply hold, if you will. Now, there's kind of confusion amongst why that happened, but patients are not happy because they've been waiting years for this new nail, this weight-bearing nail. And unfortunately, it was put on hold. And I think I have some theories that I want to share with why that happened. But let's hold on. I got to bring in another guest here. We got Nailed Legs back again. What's up, Nailed Legs? He's there. And the show's packing in now, Real.
Yeah, that's
They're coming. They're coming. This is how it starts. We got DJ Cyborg here. We got Nailed Legs here. Okay, guys. So, yeah. So we're gonna talk about this Precice Max issue right now, and I'm gonna give my theories, but then I'll kind of go around and let everybody else talk. But so what happened was apparently the nail. I think a surgeon in the U.S. was using a nail. It was implanting the nail, and noticed that there was some safety issue or something like that with the nail. And unfortunately, they let the company know, and the company just said, hey, you know what? We're going to hold on, releasing more of these nails. So they suspended all surgeries going forward until the company gave the go ahead. So this was an alpha launch. So any type of product relaunch, I don't know if you guys know, there's an alpha and a beta, and then they do like the official launch. But alpha is like a small group of kind of, release product release. Somebody else just joined. Hold on, there we go. We got Socrates in here. We got the whole house here. And they start with a small group. They release the device and they perform their surgeries and whatnot. And then usually they do a beta. They sometimes don't, and then they do the official launch. But the surgeon was performing surgery, and this is all what I've heard. I don't know actually exactly know what happened, but surgeon performing the surgery, noticed something was wrong with the nail, and told the company put everything on a supply hold. And so the nail is not going to be available for another 3 to 4 weeks is what we're hearing right now. So what is my theory on this? I think that, I had 3 theories. I thought one was, could it be because of the nail had some sort of mechanism issue, meaning like it just wasn't performing properly, and that could affect the patient's lengthening. 2 was, could the ERC not make, contact with the nail because of, a thicker wall of metal? I doubt that's probably the case. And 3 was potentially, human error, meaning like either the company themselves, the assembly of the nail had an issue, or the surgeon had an issue. Usually these surgeons put in tons of these nails. It's probably not the case. So I would think that this was just an assembly issue from the company itself. So those are my theories. I'm going to go around the panel here. If you guys want to kind of dive in, talk about this. It's the big headline in the industry, the limb lengthening industry right now. So Real, did you hear anything about this? You were in Mexico surfing waves.
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. But today I heard about it because I talked to a guy that's got 2 of them in his legs.
Yeah.
And I mean, what I was told is someone felt like it was something when they put pressure on it or something. but I was like, how could it be? Like nobody, if these nails just came out, nobody's at 3 centimeters or 5 centimeters already. There's no room right now for that. But when I broke the collar in one of my nails, so the second nail, when they put it in, like when I got my surgery, Dr. Marie has a video of it because they even call the company. I had the Precice too. And there's so much slack in that nail before you start lengthening until there's pressure on those gears. And you could there's a video, I think I sent it to you. There's a video when I'm on the operating table and they can move, like don't move the 2 pins like this. Like your like your femur is actually like the nails are coming out of like the stabilizers are coming out of my leg like 6 inches. And you can tell she's like, there's so much play in there. Like it's so it's normal. She even like before, I guess, even letting me get up and wake up, she made sure she called and she's like, God damn, am I putting another nail that's like defective? And the exact words was, it's just because there's no pressure on the gears yet. And there's a lot of play in there. But most of the time, she didn't even know how much play there was in there because nobody does that, what she did. But she did it because she was replacing one that had broken. So no doctors is going to go there and start playing with the 2 pins. But she did it because it was the first time she did it too. Because she's like, oh my God, there's so much play in this thing, right? And but that's right off the hop. When you get it installed in your leg, there's a lot of slack in those nails. And I remember going to the washroom the first time I woke up and my first walk, and I told him, I said, it feels like my heel is on ice. Like my leg is moving, but like it's like my heel, but I don't feel my heel move, right? So it's like that's the slack in your nail, and it was very weird for me. Only one leg that was happening to me.
You know, that's really, really interesting. So I wonder if, because this was a new device, if the surgeon was kind of testing it out, you know, because this was the first day that they were implanting the surgery, you know, the nail or whenever they were implanting it, and they found out that there was some give on it. Somebody just sent. Okay, somebody sent some content, but yeah, and that could be the case, that they just noticed some give, and maybe that was the issue, that just they let the company know. The company was just like, let's just check this out. But you know, was it necessary to do a complete kind of hold on the nails, because there were other clinics that did their surgeries completely successfully? You know, like I heard, if, for example, there's one patient that was at the, you know, in Florida, and his surgery was completely successful. And then the other ones there too. You know, so I wonder, was this a defective batch of nails, or was it just, you know, the surgeon playing around with the nail, like you said, and found out there was some give, and then the company's just like being super hesitant and just recalled everything? You know, that could be the case.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that they just kind of like, well, okay, let's check this out, make sure. But I mean, because the Precice, if you called them and said, hey, there's this, they've seen it, it's been out, you know, they're like, yeah, it's normal, right? That's the deal. That's pretty much what they said. Don't worry about it. They'll tighten up. But with this one, maybe they're like, hey, maybe we should check it out. It's new. Let's not, you know, let's do our due diligence and make sure.
I like that, Real. That kind of goes along with what I was thinking. I think that there was just like kind of like a more of a precautionary, you know, just taking precaution, and they just wanted to say, hey, let's, before we really go with the official release and release it to the rest of the world, let's make sure this thing is good to go. And that's why it was an alpha release to the KOLs, and we found that out. So yeah, I think that's why they only put on a short delay of like 3 to 4 weeks, just to make sure that they don't think it's a big issue. Because if it was like the corrosion issue, we would have a massive recall. So I don't think it's a whole lot to worry about, but I think patients are really, you know, being inconvenienced by this, because some people are saying that, oh, they got to cancel flights and surgeries are being pushed back. So it's very, very, I know, you can just imagine, like, you're getting mentally ready for this, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, you
that's hard. That's really tough on the mindset, and even your whole schedule, right? Your plan for this, you book, let's say you book 2 weeks off, or 3 months, like some people are out there 3 months. That's tremendous. Yeah. And the I was gonna say, yeah, you can't have, there's no way there's rust. They haven't been there long enough to have rust.
Right.
They're like, I can't see them. They say that when they put weight on it, and I meant your bones are not even, like, they give you one quarter millimeter at surgery. So there's nobody that grew 3 inch on these yet, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and yeah, go ahead.
You can't have that. Like, there's not many things that I could possibly see. It's like when Dr. Marie tested my nail, there's a lot of slack in there, but that nail was perfect. There's no issues with it. And but it's like, where like what could be the issue? I was like, I can't imagine being more than that. It's the only thing you could test right now if there's slack in those gears. So
I'm glad you brought up your story, because I didn't even know that that was the case with, like, the Precice 2. So look, they're probably gonna be like, you know what, that was like a surgeon cry wolf. It's like, it was nothing really big about this nail.
yeah.
Let's just, in fact, they may even, I bet you a rep was sent out there to check it out, but they were like, you know what, let's just double check everything. And they probably didn't recall anything. They said a supply hold, so they just didn't release more. And they're probably just going to check, what's happening with the current nail release. So I agree with you, Real. I think you had the best explanation of all. So thank you so much for giving that inside scoop right there. Socrates, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Doing good. We got the whole show here. The whole
I am not
here.
directly affected by the PMAX delay, because I'm at 6 centimeters on my femur. So PMAX is potentially my future, but 3 weeks is not going to make a difference for me.
Yeah.
No.
I was actually flirting with PMAX tibias starting as I'm, getting into my consolidation. But I'm going to hold off on having that conversation until, a month from now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's the same thing that a lot of patients do. It's like Real wasn't really sure if he's going to do another one until it, sunk in that he really loved his height and he wants more. So
Yes, definitely. Yes.
That's awesome. All right. We got Nailed Legs on the show. Welcome back, man. Is he muted?
You can tell that he's talking.
Yeah. Oh, he's muted. There he is. Go ahead, Nailed Legs. You're unmuted. Oh, there you go. I can tell he's talking. It's just I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Check the Google Chrome permissions. Because usually he has some of the best audio. In fact, he's helping me out with my audio. I ordered a whole new podcast set thanks to this guy. So he has a really good sound when his mic is working. So he'll come on in a second. DJ Cyborg, what's up?
Hello. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good, man. I'm actually saving your content that you just sent over so I can share it here. So I'm gonna pull it up right now. So, what did you send me before I pull it up here?
Yeah, it's just two videos that I recorded on Sunday, and I put them on my diary as well.
Wow.
And you're less than a year out from surgery, right?
Yeah, tomorrow will be month 9 actually, because I got it on June 8th, so March 8th will be month 9.
Wow.
That is some impressive recovery.
The walk. As good as ever. Like, you could not tell this guy got lengthening done. That's incredible. I'm going to play that one more time with the sound off, and DJ, you can tell us exactly when this was taken and everything.
Yeah, so this was on Sunday, which was day 269 post-op. So this would be 8 months and 3 weeks, and tomorrow would be officially month 9 for me on March 8th.
Okay. Yeah.
And this was a very conservative lengthening, though, just so everyone who's watching. So I did 5.4 centimeters on my left leg and then 5.8 on the right. So it's a relatively conservative lengthening of the femurs.
Okay. Yeah, but the incredible recovery. I mean, and this is a really good point, because a lot of patients are really worried about recovery. And if that's the case, you can do conservative lengthening of the femurs or the tibias. I mean, this looks incredible. I mean, walk looks normal. The guy just turned into like a Jason Bourne sprint there for a second. So I mean, I love it. I love it. Wow, that's really cool. And then he brought another one. Let me just bring that up here. What's the next one we're going to show here? Because I literally didn't watch it yet.
This one is kind of hard to see, but it's just a reflection in like the glass where it shows like a side view of the walking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me play that again so you can see it. If you guys see it, it's like you look at the glass of the shop there. That's great. Pulled the JP on that one. It's like the reflection. I love it. That's awesome. Thanks so much for bringing that content. See, this is the theme of 2024 for Cyborg for Life, patient content. And tomorrow I'm going to put up. Real actually brought, or he sent me last week some more of his walking videos that I know some people were complaining about his previous video, but unfortunately he was drunk by that point. He did it the take like 4 times. So. And he took a jack or something like that. You were taking.
Yeah, I had 4 jacks and coke by the time I was done.
So anybody would be like tipsy at that point. So the one that I'm going to put up tomorrow, if I can get home and put it together, it looks much better. He actually gave me 2, so I'll try to do that and then maybe throw in some of his motorcycle pics. Unless you want me to show those tonight, Real. But yeah. So I that's the theme of 2024. So if there's any patients out there that has content, I can make it anonymous, or you can do like what DJ Cyborg did here and just kind of hide your face and whatnot. The goal is to show more recovery from the surgery from patients, because a lot of people just want to see, right? Seeing is believing for the surgery. They just want to make sure that they're going to be okay if they get it done with a safe surgeon, and that you're not going to be walking around like Frankenstein. So please send your content if you want. You don't have to, or you can share it in the Discord and your own diary or anything like that. It just helps other prospective patients to see what the recovery is going to be like. So awesome. Thanks, DJ.
So Real, can I ask, at what point after lengthening were you comfortable riding?
For myself?
Yeah, because I want to get on my bike like freaking yesterday. I cannot wait. But you can't take your walker with you, so you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, I tried riding my Harley. I was still on crutches, and like no passenger, obviously.
Sure.
And so then, but I could tell it'd be hard. It'd be really hard, like no sudden movements, like when you get to a stop sign, make sure like land on both legs as tight as you can.
Yeah, you have to stay in second gear basically the whole time.
Yeah, and even parking it after or kicking it off the kickstand was stressful. But so that was like I was operated January 16th last year, right? So this was my first time riding again, because I went through my surgery all summer. So all summer I was on crutches still. So this was my first chance I got to ride, and oh my God! So I had a passenger in the back, bro. It was nothing. I was more solid than before. I was 3 inch taller. So imagine now you're flat foot. You're so like. It was nothing. Like I think I could have rode for sure a month ago. Easy a month ago.
Because I know I'm gonna probably be consolidating like in the middle to the end of April, right?
Yeah.
Assuming I get the full 2 centimeters I have left to go. And so the weather's gonna start being nice. I'm gonna be so tempted. It's gonna be hard to and it's in my garage. It's literally 100 feet from me. So
it'll be hard. It'll be hard to ride, I think, this year.
Yeah,
but
I might have to give my mom my keys or something just to keep myself safe.
There it is.
Oh.
That's me last week, or
Nice.
like a couple days ago.
That's so cool. That's a badass bike.
Yeah. So no, I would, like I say, I tried riding when I was still on crutches, and I mean, it depends. Like you do swimming right now and all that, right? So you're building your legs, so you're gonna have a lot of strength. So maybe
I'm tired. So yesterday I did 2-a-days, both biking and swimming, and I was exhausted. Like I slept like 12 hours, and I also lengthened a full millimeter. Right, I've been doing 0.75 for the last week and a half, and I was like, I'm feeling good. Let me try filming. And the lengthening went great, but my body was just like sleep. Like, going out of the house today to get like fresh air, my brain was like, no.
Some people called me and I talked to them and they say, I can't sleep. I said, what do you do? Like, do you do anything during the day? Like I said, like, no, I'm just in bed. And it's like, well, I said, how about you go to work for 12 hours? And when you come home, you'll sleep, believe me. And it's like, you got to not beat the body, but like, you got to burn your energy. Like if you're just laying there lengthening those legs, like if you're out swimming on that bike, walking, like I don't mean you have to go do roofing, but you got to move. Like,
I don't remember where I heard it, but I remember somebody said hard work is the best way to get a good night's rest, because before you die, you will go to sleep.
Yes.
It won't kill you, right? That's the point they were trying to make.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got on the show here. We got Tim. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys. First time, man. I'm excited. I crossed the other side. I'm officially a cyborg. I'm a month in now.
Nice.
And, I'm feeling kind of giddy because with this Max being recalled, I've got a full weight bearing nail in me, and it's amazing. Literally, I'm driving. I'm walking normal right now without crutches.
Really?
I'm like literally, if I feel like I could even like I'm not going to obviously because you know, but like it's just like I'm scared because I feel like I can do so much more, but I have to limit myself because I have to remember I have 2 broken femurs. So these weight bearing nails are like troublesome. Like I feel like I could do more than what the doctors are recommending, and I'm just trying to limit myself to make sure that I don't overdo it.
That's crazy. So you do have the Precice Max nails in your femurs?
No, I've got a Betz bone.
Oh, okay. You have a weight bearing now. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you have I can't remember their weight bearing capacity for like how their diameter stuff, but like you feel really good. You're like you can walk and stuff like that.
Man, it's like literally I can walk without too much of a walk. I was walking like the second day, like 5,000 steps. And I'm like, well, I mean, I have some fatigue, obviously, but I have not lost any like that much strength in my legs. Like I feel like I'm gonna ease right into the consolidation phase.
Yeah.
Like I can get on the bike, no problem. I can go up and down stairs with one crutch.
Mm-hmm.
I could drive. I could go. It's amazing, man. I'm kind of glad I really wanted to do the PMAX for my tibias, but now I'm even thinking, okay, with the issue going on with this recall now, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, do I go back to Germany and get this mechanical nail? Now the clicking is annoying. It took me a while to get the clicking. The downside is the clicking, but now I do the clicking in 5 minutes. It took me a while to get my rhythm, and it's not even a thought in my mind now. It's just pretty easy,
Okay, that's awesome. No, I'm super happy that you realized the benefit of a weight bearing nail. I think that's the future of limb lengthening technology. I mean, that's why we were really waiting for this, like you said, the PMAX, and hopefully other companies, there's that are on the horizon. I'm pretty sure they are. No, I think that's it's 100% true. I mean, I remember the days of the stride nail. I was actually going back through some content that patients sent me that they didn't want shared, and there was one patient, he was literally using forearm crutches, walking normally. I think it was like 3 or 4 days after the surgery. And then 20 days after surgery, he was crutchless. He was just walking in his, his driveway, and it looked incredible. A little bit of a waddle. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because you do have broken femurs, but it's going to speed up the healing process or the consolidation or so normal walking by about 2.5 months. It's pretty amazing stuff. So awesome, man. Super happy for you. So how far are you from your surgery, and what was your starting height, and then where you going?
So I was 163.6. Surgery was February 7th. So it's exactly a month.
Okay.
Right now I've lengthened about 2.25 centimeters. I had a 0.7 centimeter at surgery gap. They're being conservative. They're only letting me click like 15 clicks a day, even though I'm feeling good. I guess just precautionary. But I feel like I can up that if I wanted to. I may try that. Everything's going good, so I don't want to like change, like rock the boat too much,
Right.
But yeah, I'm just happy that I'm on the other side, and like I watched these videos for so long, like almost a year, and just I thank you. I thank everyone. I just want to pay it forward for anyone else that has questions, especially because at least the nail I have is not as common from your guests. It's more with the Precice stuff because it's US over here,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's it's all YouTube, so we get patients from all over. But you're right. I think that the mechanical nails are less popular just because of the technology, but it's still weight bearing, right? And it still gets the job done. But I think that the patient convenience, it's like the clicking, it's just the lengthening mechanism is just, it's a learning curve, right? Like you said, it was kind of hard at first, then you got the hang of it. But like I've heard patients not get the hang of it, or the G nail versus the Precice. You just plop the magnet on, press a button, wait a minute, and it's done. So people want speed, they want convenience, and it's like what people pay for, and it's where our world's going. Look at the social media; you can just pull up the whole world on your phone. So, cool, man. That's awesome, Tim. So, and what's your lengthening goal? What are you shooting for?
So I'm shooting for 8.4. Centimeters. The nail can actually go up to 12 centimeters. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But I want to stay around 8. If I can get to 8.4, that'd be fine. If it's depending how I feel.
Okay, very cool. Well, I wish you the best in your lengthening. And like you said, if we have open mics, you're always welcome to join. I want to hear about how your lengthening process is going. I mean, the more of these that we do, somebody can tune into like 1 week, then they see, you know, like for example, they tuned in last year, they saw Real going through everything he went through, and then they see him now walking normally. And then DJ Cyborg, they remember when he was back, you know, getting his legs broken, and now he's running in the middle of the subway like Jason Bourne. So it's pretty cool stuff. So awesome. Thanks so much for that, sharing your experience there, Tim. Next up, we have Faceless Void. Let's see, is he on mute? Faceless Void. All right. We'll go to, we'll try to get him in a second. Maybe he's just on here watching. Nail Legs, are you working now? No, I feel so bad. I don't know what's going on. Try to go off and come back on. Sometimes it needs a refresh. That happens sometimes. This is some crappy software. I got to do better. We got HJ on the show. Welcome, High Journey.
Hi, Victor.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right finally. Yeah, I was gonna make a brief video, but I'm going to turn off.
There we go. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not really that camera ready. Okay, so you're probably wondering where I am right now, right? My journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us know where you are. You had a nail removal coming up, I think.
That's right. So I'm just saying, within 3 weeks, I'm going to get my tibia. 3 weeks from now, I'm going to get my tibia rods removed.
Nice.
That's it. I had my femur rods removed last October. So within 3 weeks, it's going to be my tibia rods, and that's it. I'm all done.
That's awesome. He'll be de-cyborged at that point. I can't wait. So 3 weeks from now, we're looking at what, March 28th?
Yeah, about a little less than 3 weeks. I'll make a YouTube video this weekend, giving some more details.
Nice.
But yeah, it's coming up in less than 3 weeks from now.
You guys got to check out his channel. He has some really good stuff on
that's
there.
the last surgery in Baltimore. Then it's like one follow-up appointment, like about 3 weeks after the surgery, and then that's it. I'm done.
That's so exciting. I mean, Height Journey. His journey has been long. 2021 it started. 2024 it ends. He did quadrilateral lengthening, both the femurs, 7 some centimeters, and then his tibias. I think it was 3.7 centimeters on his tibias. He went from like about 5'6.5" to, was it over about 5'11", right?
Yes, that's right.
That's incredible. I mean, and he's also given back to the community and dividends. I mean, if you guys check out his YouTube channel, Height Journey, you can see all of his videos. He has some really good informative videos and some recovery videos as well. So definitely go check it out. It's incredible stuff. So
wait, can I ask HJ a question real quick?
Sure. I'm gonna run and get some water.
Yeah. So HJ, so one of my now friends, he did his tibias when I was doing my femurs. He keeps talking about your videos and how you used it's a tibia stretcher of some sort, but I pretty much went through your entire channel the other day, and I went through your website and looked at everything, and I just can't find what he's talking about. He said it was something that you wear and it stretches the like the Achilles or something.
The plantar fasciitis night splits while you're sleeping.
Can you send that to me in Discord so I can look at it real quick actually?
Yeah, let me show you a picture.
Yeah, that works too. That works as well.
Yeah, if you share it, I can bring it on screen, HJ.
Okay, I can share my screen.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I've done this before.
See, he's better at using my own software than me.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you. What's up, Faceless Void?
Is that what you mean?
Yo, what's up?
Okay, I see.
Okay,
and what is that called again?
Plantar fasciitis night splints. I'll type it in the. It gives a passive stretch while you're sleeping, or just sitting around, or just laying on bed. Mm-hmm. I'll type it in the chat.
You know
okay,
what?
Perfect.
Thank you so much for sharing this, HJ, because this is really important. So when you do tibial lengthening, this is almost mandatory. This is mandatory, okay? Because I had to get a custom cast built, and it served two purposes. One, it was to help your ankle stay in dorsal at neutral while you're lengthening, so that you don't get Aquinas contracture or a ballerina foot. But it also helped with compression and swelling right after surgery, and it helped me get off the pain pills so much faster. But this company, what is the name of it? Dynasplint. They sell really custom built these big night splint braces that are really good at helping with tibial lengthening. I'm trying to get an interview with them and see if they want to come on. They didn't want to come on last year, but yeah, that's a really big part of tibial lengthening, is to keep your foot in neutral, because I even almost got some. I did get some ballerina foot, and it's very severe if you get a corneus contracture. You're not going to be able to walk properly. So we have who are we going to? Faceless Void.
Yeah,
How are you?
yes, yeah. I'm good. Yeah. So I've actually joined the stream before, but now I've actually done the surgery. So I did it.
Okay.
I did it. When did I do it? I did it on the 22nd of February. So I'm actually doing aloe and tibias. So just directly related to what HJ was sharing, those like funny looking shoes. Yeah.
Funny looking shoes. So you're in that
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. So I just started lengthening a few days ago. I'm currently on like 2.5 millimeters. And yeah, it feels amazing. It's yeah.
That's cool, man. I'm so happy to hear it. So was this something you were looking into for a long time? Like, first of all, what's your starting height, and like what's your lengthening goal?
Yeah, so my starting height is 161.
Okay.
And then my goal, I mean, I so yeah, I'm gonna go to like 5 cm, and then like see how's it going, and then possibly try to push a little bit further, maybe to like 5.5 or 6. Yeah, like depending on like the recovery and stuff.
I love it.
So
I love it.
that's kind of my goal. Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say it. It's like you were saying depending on. That's what just saved your whole statement there, because a lot of people will say, "Oh, I'm going for 7 centimeters," and then just leave it. Like I'm like, well, let's hope you can get to 7 centimeters on your tibias, but like you're like, I'll try to go for 5, maybe 5.5, 6 if my body can tolerate it. That's the right way to go about this. So I hope you get there safely and no complications. And yeah, keep
I
us posted.
guarantee you, Victor, if he wasn't saying that now, he would be saying that in 3 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so true, right? Socrates, right? Because when you go through it, it's a whole different respect for the game, right? Because you think, oh, I'm just going to go in, drive through, I'm going to pick up my 7 centimeters and drive home. No, it's not that simple until you get your legs broken. It's like until somebody gets punched in the mouth, and it's a whole different scenario. So, I love that. But no, I think he went into it with the right respect. You have to respect this game, and you can ask Real, right? Like it's Real, HJ, DJ Cyborg, even myself. It's like when you go into something, when you're voluntarily breaking your legs, it will sideline you. I mean, there are people, you can be as tough as you want. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. It takes a lot of time. And there's these unexpected, twists and turns. You never know what's going to happen. Like Socrates just said at the beginning, he was super exhausted after just doing something. Like typically when you were running those marathons, you probably could kind of gauge your energy and regulate it throughout the day. But doing limb lengthening, you're like, just walking to the front door is like a task, right? So I'm just.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask about those ballerina shoes. So actually, I have those as well. I'm wondering like should I start wearing them like right away, or like maybe after like 1 or 2 cm, because like another person that's like lengthening, that's staying in the same place, he's saying like right now it might be a little bit early, like maybe wait till 1 cm or something, like, or would you recommend just wearing them right away, and if so, like how long, like per day?
May I?
Yeah, nailed legs. We can hear you.
Hey,
You're
finally.
here.
I am not a doctor, but I do know that you should probably listen to your doctor first before you listen to anybody else. And even, the guy that's telling you, that's doing it along with you. I mean, what he says really doesn't matter. What matters is what your doctor says and your physical therapist say. I would really talk with them about it. But, the next best person is definitely Victor, because, he knows everything there is to know about this. And then HJ, definitely. Victor and HJ are definitely, if you can't ask your doctor, ask them. But for sure, that's probably a question that would be best answered by your doctor, respectfully.
I love that, Neil Legs. And I was literally going to ask him and say, what did your doctor say about that? Did you ask him about it?
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I haven't asked my doctor yet, but yeah, I will.
So did they actually tell you anything about the night splints at all?
Yeah. I mean, like the general consensus is just like, the more you wear it, the better. but like at the same time, like I don't think I'd be able to sleep with it on. But like, yeah, like I think like when I'm just like on my bed, like chilling, like watching Netflix or whatever, that's when I'm kind of been wearing it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of 2012 knowledge from my surgeon. I went in so I had the surgery, then I went home for the weekend. I came back the next week, and then my molded cast was made, and I was told that you have to wear this every night while you sleep. And whenever you're not doing physical therapy, it's almost like you just need to wear this. And eventually I was, I took it off during the day and stuff like this, but some clinics are very serious about this, and they do not want you to get into trouble of getting too far, with the equinus contracture. So I'm just saying, from somebody who's very conservative, and I had a really good result with tibial lengthening, I wore it pretty much all the time through my lengthening until the point where I was even wearing a night splint, just to walk around with. So I think you should wear it as much as possible. Just getting used to it. You don't have to wear it probably like you just started like a day or two ago, your surgery.
No, I had my surgery on the
22nd. Oh, 3 weeks ago. Okay.
Started my lengthening a few days ago. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you started your lengthening. So I would probably start to get comfortable with wearing it, just, to get the hang of it. But it's very important to kind of wear this. Now I want to get HJ's take on this and see what he had to do.
Yeah. I started wearing it on about I think around 1 centimeter into tibial lengthening, because that's let me share another picture.
Sure.
To explain why.
And then we got Sparrow back. What's up, Sparrow?
Okay. See, this is a dorsiflexion angle. So you see when their dorsiflexion angle is 0 degrees, like when you're stretching, you're going to lose your dorsiflexion angle. When it's at 0 degrees or neutral position, that's the one you're flat-footed. And then around 1 centimeter or so, that's when it's going to start developing ballerina foot. That's when you start wearing it. Because if your dorsiflexion is in the positive, you don't really need it. But and even at 0 degrees, it might help a little bit. But the more negative it gets, that's when you get it. So that's when you really need it. And so it's around like 1 centimeter or maybe a little more. That's when it gets into the negative territory. Dorsiflexion gets into negative. And that's when you need it. And the more negative it gets, the more critical it's going to be to wear it.
Yeah, definitely. You want to, once you start to kind of realize you can't dorsiflex much, more past neutral, definitely keep it on. You just don't want, especially if you're going for something like the extreme amount on the tibia, like 5, maybe over 5, just start wearing that bad boy. You don't want to get into trouble because it's hard to catch up. It's really hard to catch up, especially with the tibia. You have that Achilles tendon. It is stronger than you think.
Once you're like at least a little positive in the dorsiflexion ankle, it's not going to really help, obviously, because it's only negative.
Yeah. I just like to get, I was told to get used to it because you're going to be sleeping with this for the next, so many months. And she was just like, yeah. So, but,
is it like a boot? Can you like walk with it, or?
No, it's not meant to walk with it. No,
it's just for reclining.
It's a piece of plastic.
You can get the Socrates. You can get ones that are boots, and they do serve the purpose. You can walk on them, but like you have to have a weight bearing nail, obviously, because otherwise you're gonna,
No, I mean like even if you don't have a weight bearing nail, you can still like ambulate with your walker. But with these
yeah, absolutely. You can. It's just more expensive because it's more durable. Absolutely. Yep. Okay, guys. So
it's just plastic, so the little padding, but it's just plastic, so you don't want to walk on these.
Where'd you get those ones, HJ? Did you buy them?
Yeah, at Amazon.
Yeah, see, the company that I'm talking about, that I'm going to try to get an interview with them. I'm trying to do recovery here. Dynasplint. They have they not only have like a really nice splint, but they also have a CPM machine, which is like a continuous passive motion thing that keeps your foot pushed into dorsiflexion. And this is for people who have actually developed equinus and or want to stay out of trouble. So it's really good stuff. But no, this is a really good piece of information here, because I think we're talking, the Precice Max is taking all the attention right now, but this is one crucial aspect of tibial lengthening that you can't overlook. So, all right, we are going around the table here. So Sparrow, welcome back. Just making sure you have anything to share. We're going to answer some questions.
Hey, you can hear me?
Of course.
Yeah, nothing to say, just here to hang out with you all.
Nothing to say. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to go around and answer some of these questions that people have in the chat. So let's just do that really quickly. So we have Fear God was just saying about the Precice Max. He's saying it's probably the ERC for the nail was a little too big for the bone. Yeah, that was my original theory, and then I heard a little bit more information of what actually went wrong, so I kind of swapped that theory out because I don't think the surgeon even implanted it. Because that would just think about that. You get the nails implanted, then they figure out, oh, your nail's not lengthening. It's already inside you. It's like, oh, we got to go back and take these out. That would really suck. So I think they test the nail. They play with the nail before they put it in. I think. I don't know the whole story. Have you guys heard anything in the Discord, Socrates, of what happened? No.
No details.
Okay.
No.
No details. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see what we have.
And in addition to no details on what went wrong,
Yeah.
we have a live patient who's telling us that he feels fine. Right, he was one of the first PMAX patients, so everything's going okay with him. And like we were chatting about it, he was getting a little bit frustrated about the whole like, the sky is falling, and he's like, I'm okay. And I was like, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
As long as the people who had PMAX installed are doing good, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. And I talked to another patient who was also alongside him, and he's doing fine as well. And the thing is that I think that there is a little bit of worry there because it's like, is my nail going to be okay going forward? Like they just don't know. But I think that, they did their checkups this week and everything's thumbs up. So it might have been, like I said, like Real said at the beginning, a defective batch of nails, I think so. And Real really brought some really good information. So if you guys are just joining the stream now, if you want to kind of know what might have happened to the PMAX, rewind to the beginning. Real gave his thoughts about that because something happened in his surgery. It kind of correlates over to this one. So.
And they're in good hands. They're not with any patient pleasers, so
right. I love it. Patient pleasers. We're just gonna get that shirt. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Tim, this one's for you from Benjamin Mendoza. Tim, what's your starting height and your current height and how much you did mention that earlier, I think.
Yeah, starting height was 163.6. I'm I think 160, a little bit over 165 right now, like 162.4. I think this morning I remember I had gained, so that's close to 166, I guess. Okay. And I'm looking for 8.4 cms.
Nice. All right. We got this from Kiwi is asking Real, since he's and DJ, because you guys are the furthest along here. How long does it take for the scars to fade? So Real?
So I have one leg that my surgery was done on January 16th. And that one there, that never got touched again. Like you have a hard time seeing them now already. Like they're pretty much white, like my color, and very little. The other side, I got operated twice after, like 3 times. So my last surgery, I forget, was this summer at some point. So those are a little bit more pinkish still. But so I would say, like a year later, it's going to look really good. And I never bothered putting any cream or stuff like that. So, but I think I will put stuff when I do my tibias. Because my shorts, like when you do your femurs, most of the scars are at the top. So it's like, they're always hidden. I just feel like the femurs, I might try to put some cream and, help it out. And that's what I would do. But that's it. So no more than a year.
Gotcha. DJ, what about your scars?
Yeah, I think scars it's kind of hard to answer. I think it depends on, here's my theory. I think it depends on genetics too, because some people I've seen get kind of like keloid scarring, which is like those scars are slightly raised. And I don't know why, but it seems like the ones on the ITB and then the one highest up near the hip where the Precice nail goes into, like those are darker than all the rest. Like all the rest now is like pretty much faded to where you can't really see it unless you really look for it. But then the 2 on each ITB and then the 2 on the highest ones on each hip, like those are still quite a bit darker than the skin around it.
It's interesting. Yeah, I think that is kind of for the tibias too. And HJ, I'll get your take here in a second, because for me, I noticed that they started to fade at about, I think they started to kind of go from that like really pink and scar color to faded at about, I think it was more like 14, 15, 16 months for me. HJ, what about you for your like femurs?
Yeah, for my scars, both femurs and tibias, they do fade down. I don't think they go completely away, but they do fade down over several months. So I'm saying like I'm estimating around like 4 to 6 months. That's more like 6 months. That's when the peak the peak of it fades down. After 6 months, it does go down slightly, but not as much. And by that time, like 6 months or so, it was like the smaller scars are pretty much faded away pretty well. And I don't really think about it's like unnoticeable. But the larger scars, yeah, they do go down a little bit, but there's still some visibility. So like you can take like some like scar tape and scar cream as well to help reduce it as well, the visibility of it.
Absolutely. That was very helpful.
For me, I don't know if it's genetics or the pool or what. I'm still in my distraction phase, so obviously haven't had any time at all. So the like marks for where you put the magnet to line up the external remote control to lengthen the Precice 2.2, those fade like the second time in the pool. So I have gotten to the point where I don't put them back on, and instead I just line up my fingers with my scars on the sides where the screws are, and bring them across and lay the magnet there. Because I asked after, I said like, how do I do this? Because I don't know where the markers go. And anyway, those scars are starting to fade already, and I'm only 2 months into the surgery, so I suspect that my scars are also going to fade pretty much completely. But the ones near the hip and the knee are more pronounced for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Did my screen just freeze?
Yeah, it's a few
a little
seconds.
bit,
Yeah, I was literally trying to pull up Real's walking videos, and it seems like I tried it twice now, and every time I try to do it, it's like it won't let me open up his video. It like freezes on my end, and I'm like, I think the show's still going, but like I freeze. So weird. Real, it's like it doesn't want me to show you your walking videos. I will try to get them up here in a minute. I'll try to figure it out, but maybe we have so many people on here. I don't know. Maybe this is like a full block of patients. It's incredible, but yeah, I'll try to figure that out because am I on 5G? Maybe I'm not. I need to get on the fast Wi-Fi here. But anyway, next question here is from...
It can't handle all this epicness.
Yeah, I know. All these cyborgs here. So Doodle Tala is asking, did the doctor use a stadiometer to measure your height? So yeah, before surgery, did you guys get your height officially measured with a stadiometer?
I did, yeah. They took my weight and my height.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is that the one where they put on your head?
Yeah, on your head. Yeah, you did. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think most of them do, because especially for a cosmetic or stature lengthening procedure, the surgeons want to make sure that you're getting an accurate measure of your height before going in, so you can kind of know where you started and where you're going to end up. So I think most would. If not, you can get it on Amazon and just do it yourself. So, all right, Facebook user, shout out to Victor. Yeah. Let's see who else we got in here. The measurement at the doctor's office is probably accurate because it's unlikely for stadiometers to be wrong, but false reading is a possibility. Yeah, I actually didn't when I was in Florida doing the little clinic tour down there. I actually didn't know how to read it because it was weird anyway. Hey Victor, long time no see. Glad to catch this live stream. Okay, Dave Pan Empire. Okay, cool. What's up, Dave? Oh, okay. So question. Hey Vic, would you consider me to get external tibia and internal femur with a reputable surgeon, or do both tibia and femur internal? So I'm gonna let Socrates take this one. I'm gonna die.
So at first blush, like if money's a non-factor, then internal all the way. Forget externals; they don't exist. If money's an issue, do internal femurs, and then think about height. Who is it in here who's doing LON tibias right now? I mean,
Faceless Void.
It's painful. Yeah, Faceless Void. Can you comment on if money was one of the more important factors for you, or what made you decide to do internal versus external? External.
Yeah, so money definitely was a factor. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So if they were the same price, you would have gone with internal, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. Well, wishing you the best of luck, and sounds like things are going so far so good.
Yeah, thanks.
And the one benefit you do have with LON is it's a proven weight-bearing nail, right? PMAX is still in its early stages, and you don't have to do any clicking.
That's to say as well. Yeah, like I think like yeah, like obviously like I would rather do like Precice Max or Stride for tibia, but I think I would have even chosen like LON over maybe like a non-bearing a non-weight bearing internal. I mean I say that now, but it's still very early, right? So maybe maybe later on I'll be like, nah, shit. But yeah, the weight bearing has definitely been a huge thing for me, which I've been walking around my walker and stuff, and it just feels a lot better to be able to get up and move around a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a
Faceless Void. Who's your surgeon, if I may ask?
So surgeon, I think I'm not gonna disclose. Yeah,
that's it.
Fair enough.
We have a patient here who's doing femurs in Baltimore. He did tibias, LON, not in Baltimore beforehand. I'm not going to disclose his surgeon out of respect to him, but he said that the LON it's any orthopedic surgeon can install it. The issue is the aftercare, right? If any complications come up, if PT is going well, like, because to think that you're just going to get the surgery done and just coast for 3 months, that's just wrong. So it's really the team around the surgeon that could make or break the whole procedure. So it sounds like Faceless Void, you have a good team, hopefully, and looking forward to getting to the finish line together in a month or two here.
Absolutely, that's
crazy.
It's awesome. Yeah, but no, I 100% agree with Socrates here about how to go about this. Like, if it's money is an issue, and I would do what he just said, is do femurs internal first. Check out your height, because you might not even want to go back for a second surgery. I think there's a big drop off. It's like 70% don't care about doing another surgery if they're at like a respectable height that kind of satisfies their urge for more height. But if that's the case and you want more, who knows? Maybe when you're going to go back, the limb lengthening technology will be cheaper and you can still get an internal. Who knows? We'll see. But I agree with you on that, Socrates. This next one I want Real to answer, because he is a tattoo god over here. So this one's about tattooing. Will it be a good option to cover the scars, after the rod removal, after 1 year after the rod removal? Real, so tell me this: when you get tattoos, does it have to be like normal, like non-scar tissue skin, or can it be over scars?
Yeah, I think they can make it work, but I don't think it'll be the same, because, to be honest, most of my scars came after I got tattooed. So
yeah, I was wondering about that, and does it kind of mess up the scar a little bit too, because you obviously the incision?
Yeah, and I think also like these, like just a few minutes ago when they were asking about the scars, I was trying to find the scars from my surgery, and I can't find it anymore.
Really?
It's gone. So you could get tattooed there, no problem. I'm talking more like a big scar. Like I'm sure it will tattoo, but I mean something wide, like a cesarean or something, like you gave birth. Then something big. But the scars that we get from this, it would not be an issue. They would tattoo right over that. They'll cover that.
Now, that's a really good point, and you bring it up, but it also depends on the device you get. So if you get internal nails, small, minimally invasive incisions, but if we talk about, LON or like external fixators, they do leave these pin tracks, and I had one. I had an external on my femur, and I wasn't even for lengthening at the time, and they left these big kind of, I guess, hernia scars at that time. So I actually got it repaired, but yeah, it definitely can leave some scarring. But if you're okay with scarring, it's whatever. But if not, I would suggest that patient, if cosmetic and aesthetic appearance is big to you, save up more, because you're not going to be happy with the external scarring. It can really leave a lot of scarring. So it's not very cosmetic, if you ask me. But somebody says, time lapse chicks dig scars anyway, if you have a good story behind them. So
yeah.
Falling off of a motorcycle, right, Socrates? Yeah. Okay, good.
Hopefully I don't do that again.
I know, right? for the tibias, right? You're gonna break your tibias like that. All right, so let's see here. Is there any other like news that we needed to announce this week that was in the Discord that was happening? I think there was another. Oh yeah, I did a consultation with a female patient, prospective patient, yesterday, and I told her that I would announce that we usually, when we have these live streams, these open mics, we usually notice that there's all male, guys on here, right? But I told her, I said, there's a lot of females that are actually getting this done. They're just maybe a little worried and anxious about coming on. But this is my call out to all ladies out there. If you're getting this surgery done and you want to come on this panel or share your story, please do. Please either email me, tell me your story, and come on like that, or you can come on by clicking the link. We've had Josie last week. She was the lady that I was consulting with. She actually mentioned Josie by name. She said that she was a big inspiration for her, and she feels like women should be speaking up about this, that they shouldn't be shunned, because this lady was, I think she was 4'10", and she's gonna go for 3 inches, femurs to get to 5'1", and she's like, I'm just going from short to short. But she said that it's the fact that I'm feeling empowered as a woman to take control of my life, and I was like, that's really big. So, like I said, I talked to several women before, consulted with several of them over consultations and stuff, and they are doing the surgery. I just think that the majority is going to be predominantly male. It's going to be, I think my YouTube analytics show that it's like something like 90-10 or even 95-5% of male to female they get the surgery done. It's just the nature of the surgery. So
I think about 20% of cosmetic limb lengthening patients are women. I think that's the
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
20%.
20.
About
20? Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is about 20%. Yeah. I think that
the one who actually come on here live show, no way it's at 20%.
No. And I think that's just
because women are just more secretive about it.
Yeah. They're definitely more secretive about it. But I also think that the demographics affect that too. So do you guys think that like if the United States, Socrates, do you think that different parts of the world would favor height? And I don't even know how I'm going to phrase this question. Forget it. It's not
more anyway. Other countries, like there's a gradient on how crazy people will think you are depending on what country you're at, right?
Yeah.
And US is probably somewhere in the middle. Other countries like Egypt, you're absolutely insane if you're doing this. Like your average Joe on the street would be like, what? Just their brain would just start like exploding. So, but it is what it is. And I only mention Egypt because I have personal experience there. I don't know any other countries specifically well enough to speak on them.
I know Asia is really big about getting this surgery done for, and a lot of the women there, they get it done on their tibias because they want longer looking legs and whatnot. And it's really big over there to kind of look like the supermodel or fashion model walking down the runway and whatnot. So, I think that internationally height is favored a lot more, especially when you're coming from, I guess, cultures where height, their height is naturally lower and stuff. So Nail Legs, you had some really good statistics at one point on different cultures and different heights of demographics. You want to share anything on that?
I have something sort of related to it. You guys may find it interesting, but basically how everything is relative, and especially when it comes to, height. So if you look at, let's say we take somebody, they're 5'10", or I'm sorry, 5'8". You're 5'8", and you're in the Philippines. You are considered tall because 5'8" in the Philippines is tall. You go to the United States, you're 5'8", you're considered short to average. Now you go to the Netherlands, where like the average height is about 6 foot or so. Now you're considered short. So somehow you went from being short to medium or short to average to now tall. So everything is sort of relative in how that works. And one good point I read on the forum is just how, nobody does this procedure for themselves. Anybody that says I'm doing it for myself is a liar. And let me explain. If you got this procedure and you gained, let's say, 2 inches of height, cool. You go back home, right? Like, let's say you did it in Turkey, you did it in South Africa, you did it in India, or you did it in South Korea, wherever. Doesn't matter. But you go back home, you get off the plane, you get home, but all of a sudden, everybody else around you also got the procedure and they also gained 2 inches of height. Would you feel any different at all? Because if you did it for yourself, you would. Or maybe that was just a lie.
That is I have to almost agree with that all the way. But I think that for like this girl the girl that I was consulting with the other day, she's going from, you're right. One of her excuses was that she gets jokes made about her a lot. But is that the main reason? Maybe after lengthening? I have heard, though, there have been patients that said that, like, you know what? I'm still short to everybody around me, but I feel better. So I think that is the one caveat that I think that could kind of, even, well, I can't say for Real because he notices people treat him different. He's taller than a lot of people now. So I guess you're right, though. I think for the majority, you're right, Nailed Legs. I think that's
Yeah.
subconscious voice reason.
And I just like to add that I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I don't shame anybody for doing that because I think it's completely valid. I mean, the sad reality of life is that, humans are just naturally very, I guess the best way to put it would be, I can't even think of it right now, but superficial.
Creatures. Yeah.
Superficial.
Yeah.
And that will affect your life. I mean, there's no denying it. It's going to affect your life. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I'm not, shaming anybody for it. I'm just saying, hey, like, let's be honest here. Humans, like, we as humans are animals. I mean, we're just creatures. And so let's just be honest with ourselves here. And I don't shame you. I mean, I fully support anybody doing this or anything else. If anybody wants to get a hair transplant, I fully support that. If anybody wants to get a rhinoplasty, I fully support that. I fully support any of that because I totally understand that, look, we're just creatures. We're animals. We're superficial.
I love it.
Yeah, just to add on that, like, I really agree with whatever Neil like said, even last stream. But you have to realize that the only condition I'd say wherein you're doing it for yourself is like if you have like odd proportions, then you can say you're doing it for yourself, wherein you just have a very long torso and short legs and then you just look awkward. Wherein overall height doesn't matter to you, but just your proportions matter, that is fine. But like, and also like he said, there is nothing wrong in doing it like for the approval of other people, we all want to be liked, right? No one here wants to be hated. Every one of us, likes to be desired, whatever. Like, it's just natural human. That's how our brain works. So you're not doing something wrong by doing this.
No, and you bring up a really good point, Sparrow, because I actually know a patient that got this done. He was 5'11", and he felt like he had really long, really long arm length, and he felt like he had really short legs, and so he got it done for proportions specifically, and he went from 5'11" to I think it was 6'2" or so, and he was like, the height, it kind of helped me out a little bit, but I just feel so much better with my proportions. So you're 100% right about that. And even for myself, when I had the discrepancy, right, to wear this 2-inch shoe build and to walk around like that, but when I took it off, I had like a limp and stuff like that. It was aesthetic. I was like, people noticed that, and I was really reserved, and I was staying in a lot more because of that. But now I have like a normal walk. I feel good. My whole life has changed. So I think that it's true. Yes, I got it done to fix the discrepancy and cure my pain and get a little bit of height back and all that, but it was also the public's perception of my appearance to the world. I was just like, you know what? I feel a little insecure about that. It's like I had this limp, or I have this big block on the bottom of my shoe, and I was just like, I don't like. Oh, and one of my shoes, they're like, what's that? It's a lot easier to see versus spending 6 months behind, So yeah, I agree with you. That's really good point there.
On that note, Vic, I want to just ask in general, are guys and Real and DJ and High Journey, did you guys just like not work or pull back on? I know Real, you went full bore. You were like, I got to work more than I did before, right? Because for me, it's just like I really want to focus on this, the nutrition, the PT, the pool. So I don't feel like working full time, and I'm also in finance, where like working remotely at my level is not realistic. Like you got to do a lot of client meetings, a lot of face to face. We can do some teams, but these guys like to rub elbows and like get drunk together. So there's a lot of pressure to be in the office at my level. So I'm just like, take a break. So how does everybody else feel about working during lengthening, especially the distraction phase?
Great point. DJ. Go ahead, Real.
Okay, I'll just be quick. For me, it was not an option to be off work. I'd have no company left, so that's not enough. You do this, you go to work. That was it. Like, there's no, I have a cough. It's like, I didn't have an option, so it's worse. I came out of the hospital Friday morning. They'd let me go, and Friday at noonish, I was at work in my office, and then I had 2 days off, and I went back to work on Monday, and like the only time I didn't work is the 2 days I got operated to put me to sleep. Yeah, otherwise I was at work. So I had no choice.
Let's see. Let's get somebody else's take on that. That's really, really helpful. DJ. You want to share like about working and lengthening?
Yeah, for me, the plan was to take it easy, only work like maybe 3-4 hours a day. But unfortunately, it was literally like I didn't tell the patients. One of my clients got scammed. They got scammed, and they're a really big e-commerce brand, and their revenue like was tanking because of that. Pretty much like their email list got lost by a scammer, pretty much. So that pretty much forced me into a position where like, okay, like my team is overwhelmed now. Like I have to step in like 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So I was pretty much forced to do that. So it's like if you have to do it, you'll just do it.
Gotcha. That's super helpful. Yeah. Okay. So if the duty calls, you'll do it. Let's see. Let's get Tim on that. Tim, you did the surgery, and so how is that for you? Because you are able to weight bear with your nails. So does that affect your work? Or do you work remotely?
So I actually took all. Well, I work for myself, so I've actually pretty much cleared my schedule for this whole year. I started really deep preparation in January because the surgery was February. So not drinking and diet, just trying to get in a good rhythm. And honestly, it's been a full-time job. It's not easy. I mean, I make it sound like it's great and everything, but it takes a lot still just to be in this position for me to do these things, from prepping to physical therapy to nutrition, and just recovery. Recovery is so big. Because I am walking so much or so active, it's like I'm putting more tension on my legs than someone that's maybe more stationary. So it makes me more tight. So the clickings and stuff could get harder if I don't recover and let my muscles relax a little bit, So I'm learning so much too. It's just the process. Every day I learn so much. Just reading, I can't get off your channel. I mean, every episode I try to go back. I always learn something new, especially since I want to plan tibias right after. So I'm in that mode, And like today, I've already learned something. It's just my mind is just so focused on all this, and I'm blessed to be in a position to where financially I don't have to, and obviously that's if you could do it, great. Obviously, if not, I do feel if I had to work right now with the weight bearing, like I could do it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Socrates, something that just came up on my mind too, because I realized this might be different for depending on where you go. So I went to Dr. Burkholtz, obviously, and the package there is they do everything. So I didn't have to make my bed in the morning. I don't need to make my own food. I don't need to change my towel. I don't need to take the trash out. Like literally everything. Like they did your laundry, they fold your laundry. Like so, the only things that I have to do is literally eat, pee, poop, sleep, PT, and work. Like that's it, literally. So because of that, that's what made me able to work so much while doing this at the same time.
Okay. And to your point, Tim, I am in a very privileged position of not having to work. DJ and Real, if I did, I would, but it's just like I still get my dividends from my stock investments. I still get my rent from my rental property. So it's not like I don't have income. I just am not working because I have the privilege, the luxury of being able to step away from work for a little bit without my company going under. So I'm very happy I have that privilege and I recognize it. But it does feel like it kind of feels like I'm a spoiled brat. Like I should be working, right? So, but it is what it is.
That's awesome. We got Mo joining.
I have a question
I
for
think
DJ.
on vacation.
Yeah, sure. We can switch places.
Sorry, Sparrow. Go ahead.
No worries. I had a question for DJ. He was talking about some ratio in Discord about like why he only lengthened only 6.5, I think. Can you just explain more about that?
Well, yeah, the main reason would be one, like I wanted to go for a pretty conservative lengthening, which is staying under like 6.5 for the femurs, but that also, like, you know how the normal tibia to femur ratio is between 0.78 and 0.82. I started at 0.78, which is on the longer femur side. So I knew, like, okay, if I did 8 on the femur, there's no way I would ever get back to 0.78 on tibias unless I do something crazy and do like 8 centimeters on tibias, which you should never do.
That's awesome. We got
Yeah, all right. Just thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries.
welcome back to the show, Mo.
Hi, how's everyone doing?
Doing good, man. Did you bring content with you, like I asked? Did you do your homework?
Yeah, I filmed it like a week or two ago. I
Did you?
still have to like crop out my face.
Okay.
But,
okay. Or I can get my editor to like blur it when you send it to me. But like, no, I can't pull it up right now because it seems like every time I try to pull up Real's walking video, my computer freezes. But definitely either bring it next week or whenever we do another one, or you can send it to me and I'll put it in a short if you're that comfortable, because it might go viral. You never know who's gonna go viral first. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna answer some more of these questions here, and then we'll probably wrap it up. So let's see here. The next question, real quick, is we talked about tattooing. Yeah, we did talk about that one. And then this one.
I have a question for tibia patients, if I may.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
So this one's a little bit strange, but of course, when the tibia, they do the osteotomy. Your tibia is broken, your fibia, they have to break that too. Now, when you run your fingers along the front of your shin, is it tender to the touch? Does it hurt to the touch? Can you touch it so much so that you can feel like a divot where the osteotomy was at? I mean, what does that feel like? Not just internally, but like when you're running your hand along it. I'm just curious. I know it's strange, but...
No, it's not strange. That's actually a really good question. I'll tell you my take on that, because I actually remember doing that exact thing in 2014 or 2015. I can't remember. And I'll tell you something about that. Okay, go ahead, HJ. Tell me about that.
Yes. Yes, you can feel a little gap there, like when you're lengthening. It doesn't hurt, but you can feel a little gap there. But you're not supposed to touch it, like because it's healing, so it's best not to touch it. I would touch it occasionally, like maybe once every few weeks, see how it's doing. But you do feel a gap, but it doesn't hurt at all. You feel a little weird, seems a little weird, but it doesn't hurt at all. And then when I was consolidated, I touched it again. Yeah, I felt it like the gap fill up and then solid bone.
Yeah. So I agree with him. I did it in like around the surgery time, and it was soft, like he said. It was like, because you had the callus, right? The bony callus. You're not supposed to like kind of fiddle with it because the bone is to the surface. It's very little soft tissue between that and your tibia. So it does feel like there's a divot, and that you can feel where the osteotomy was. But then after about a year, it starts to kind of like, it's not fully, I would say like it's hard, but it's not like fully ossified to the point where like it's compact, like super hard, dense bone. You don't want to just go take a hammer and just hit your tibia. No, it's going to be bad. So until I did it again in 2014 or 2015, can't remember, that's when it was actually solid to the point where like I could do a hammer and nothing would happen. And it was kind of hypertrophic, meaning like there was a kind of a robust ossification where it was not fully remodeled yet. But then I went to go get my knee checked out in from like stupid squatting stuff in 2021, and it was actually Dr. Rosbrook's roommate, Dr. Tarantino from Towson Orthopedics. And he checked out and says, your knee looks good, but did you have something in your bones at one point? So I was like, I might have. But the point is that my tibia at that point had remodeled a lot. So I can run it along it now, and I can feel like the, what is it called? The, I can't remember. There's a line, a tibial line in the front of the anterior cortex, and you can feel that kind of remodeled itself. So you're right, nailed legs. Early on, it is very soft and spongy, like the spongy bone during lengthening. Then it gets to a little bit more compact bone, but then it really doesn't solidify for about the 2-year mark till about 24 months after surgery.
That's really interesting. Thank you. I was really curious what that would feel like.
Yeah, because I was worried. I was like, can I walk on this thing? Is it going to break? Because I didn't know enough. There was like all this information online, and I bootstrapped information. And my surgeon was like, yeah, you're fine to go. You can walk. You can do what you want. I was like, I was a little hesitant. So I did that sprinting photo shoot. But after that, I was just doing closed chain movements, foot on the ground squats, deadlifts, and things like that. But I was not doing jumping for probably close to 2 years. I was just too hesitant and, worried that I was going to get a stress fracture or break my tibia. So would it have happened? Probably not. But I just didn't feel comfortable until I felt the bone myself, because you can feel it. You can feel your tibia. So Cool. Anything else, guys? Let's see. I think we have a few more questions here we didn't go through. Okay, so this one, let's let Real take this because he did this. So Tuparge is asking, is it possible to undergo femur lengthening surgery first, gain 8 centimeters, then 6 months later, get tibial lengthening for an additional 5? Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah, so he's saying 6 months after surgery.
Yeah.
It's I think it's possible, but
Yeah, you
it's
can do
tough
that.
because the reason why,
Yeah.
like, you see Dr. Pelly's site saying like wait 12 months to do something like that, is that because you need time for your muscles to stretch. So it can be done, but you're gonna have to spend some extra time stretching on PT.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be possible. He's right. I think it's dependent on like your flexibility and if you get that range of motion back in the bone too, because if it's not healed enough for you to kind of, go in there. So, oh yeah, he's saying something about Dr. Paley's 1 year in between. Okay, so this person says, I have been to Asia multiple times. In Asia now, especially, the average height for Asia is considered 5'9" in the metropolitan areas, no longer 5'7". That's why a lot of Asians are doing the surgery. So that's probably why. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so Zanair is asking, hey guys, with the new Precice weight-bearing nails out, any estimate on what normal walking, where you can't tell people did a surgery, timeline is going to look like compared with the femur, 5 centimeters? Oh, I think that's going to be pretty quick. I know for this is past data patient anecdotes that I have is that femurs, 8 centimeters stride, normal walking happened at about 5 months. Okay, which is about 2 months faster than the Precice 2. And I think if you're doing 5 centimeters, that's even less. You're probably, I can't guarantee, I don't know the patient's healing rate and all that, but I think it would be closer to like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 months tops. So for normal walking. So anything else? Okay, so that looks like it's it. Oh, they're just talking about, I don't know. All right, cool. So anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up the show? Nailed Legs, any other questions?
No questions, but I just did a Zoom consult with Dr. Burkholtz this past Monday, and everything was great. So I don't know if you guys care about the small details, but basically he wants me to get some X-rays so that way he can check, if there's any deformities, bowed legs or any minor defects there, and then also to check for the the maximum size nail that I could use. Obviously he and really most surgeons want to do the biggest they can because then you get more weight on there. So I'm hoping to be getting those X-rays done within the next 2 months, and then work on the visa. And then from the visa, it's basically just transportation. But I managed to plead my case to him. And I know originally, because I remember watching one of the interviews that you did with him, and he didn't necessarily like to do quadrilateral, shortly after one another. He liked to do like the 5 to 6 month, latency period between. But I pleaded my case to him and I explained, well, what if, we cap it off at 4.5 on each. So the plan going forward is basically 4.5 tibias, 4.5 femurs, Precice 2.2 nail. If the Precice Max comes out, potentially that. But, of course, they got to get it into South Africa, which is a whole nother hurdle there. But, so, things are moving along. Definitely looking forward to it.
That's awesome, man. Super happy for you. To have your goal realized is pretty, powerful stuff. You can ask DJ Cyborg here. So awesome. Ryan, you just joined the show. What's up, man?
Oh, think my
10 days in, huh?
That's right. He was here last week. Great, Socrates.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that's correct. So, how is everyone doing tonight?
We're doing good. We were just about to end the show, but you are welcome to state your update.
Right. That's fine. I can do that. Yeah. So, I'm currently 7 days in. The team here have been very lovely, professional. But I've been in, since the anesthesia wore off, and the happy juice is gone. It's been pretty rough for me.
Yeah.
The first 7 days, it's been quite brutal. I think positions like sitting and even laying down to some degree always causes some means of pain. Um, so it's been a constant battle. There hasn't been any break as of yet. Yesterday, however, was quite an interesting day. It was the first day in which I had experienced a little bit of solace. I thought, maybe the tides were turning a little bit. Maybe I was feeling, much better, and I was really feeling like that um until 5 p.m. ish, because I think one of the nurses, they just, I don't know, they just failed to give me my pain medications within 6 hours of when I needed it. So that was quite brutal, Then all the pain sort of resurged, and it really hit me last night. But today's a new day. I hope if we can stay on top of things, we can head back into that right trajectory. So I think staying on top of your pain medication is all too important, because I felt yesterday. I felt like the day, my day of peace was here. But really, like those little pills, man, you cannot uh, underestimate how actually important those little things are. But yeah, God willing, we'll have a better day today.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I look.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a patient who's 1 week out as well the other day, and he says the pain's still there. And I told him, I said, you have to get through it. Hell week is week 1, but it lingers, and it doesn't really get better until about week 2 or so. And I mean, you got to time your pain meds. I mean, you just noticed that yourself. You said like it was delayed by a little bit and the pain surged. It happens. It's like staying on top of the pain meds, but also using compression. I think it's so weird that clinics are not using compression as much. I literally had compression and I was able to get off of my, well, I was off the oxy anyway, but I got off my codeine. I was just Tylenol on it from that point on. And I even stopped using Tylenol after using the compression, because once you get rid of the swelling, and I'm guessing you're shaking your head, Socrates, like talk about that. Did you use any compression?
Absolutely. Compression, heat pads, and you also have got to stay on top of the blood thinners. Like try and take them at the same time every day. I'm sure the nurses are on top of that, but I cannot underestimate how important that is too.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Real, you're shaking your head too.
The compression, I swear, it would go half the pain. It would kill half of it.
Absolutely.
And then I would take him off, and then you forget, right? You took him off for a little bit, and you're like, God damn, my legs hurt. You put that on, it's like, oh,
It
so
feels
good. Like,
I know.
so good. And it's like, there's no way. I had them on top of my pants. I'd go to work, I'd put them on top of my pants. But it's like I didn't care. I was like, I'm walking around with pants. And
my PT was like, try not to wear them all the time. Like give your leg breaks.
Right.
And I was like, well, I take them off when I lengthen, and then keep them off for like half an hour or so it doesn't get in the way. And then I put them right back on, because it's just like it feels so much better.
Yeah. At the end,
the compression sleeves cost like what, $10? It's like absolutely nothing, right?
I bought so many, like I
bought
said,
4.
Yeah, I still had some. I threw them out the other day, so I'll buy more when I need more. I was like, fuck this, get these bucks out of here. And I get the ones that had Velcro on them, not the stupid metal clips. Mm-hmm. So with the Velcro, it's nice. You just finish it and it sticks and it's done. There's no of those metal clips, because I mean they come off. The next thing you know, the whole thing's off your leg. And I had 2. I'd need 2 per leg. That's what I was using. And I had found a wide band. And like you say, you take them off here and there, but I mean, otherwise, I put them on for sure. Like I was at work and slap them on, take them off a little bit, and that was great. That was my lifesaver. That thing and people are talking to me, and I'm like, man, get some bandages. Like, take your T-shirt, wrap your legs. I don't care, do something. Like, it's gonna help.
So Ryan, go ahead and tell us about some of your like accessories that you're using. Like, are you using compression or heat or ice? Like, or are you just kind of like painkillers are the only thing you're using?
At the moment, in terms of some of the accessories that I have, I've got a ice machine.
Okay.
I can, sort of wrap these sort of inflatable sort of, wrapping around my leg,
Sure.
and then it sort of fills up that little wrapping fills up with ice. It does compress a little bit. I would say there is a little bit of a compression element there. It does definitely help. But in the first week, I don't think I was able to appreciate it so much because I don't know. I had pain everywhere from the top of my buttocks all the way down to the bottom of my legs, from the top side and the bottom side, and I was like, I need to maybe take a dip into the I don't know, the Icelandic Ocean or something. Maybe that's the kind of thing I need. But it does help. Maybe as time goes on and the pain sort of settles down from all parts of my leg, but I think the PT in the first week has really sort of calmed some of those crazy feelings I've been having, tense feelings, tense pains I've been having. Yeah, it has helped a little bit until now. So I can say for certain the PT definitely plays a part when it comes to the pain, especially the post-op pain. But you know what? I'm gonna try the ice machine today. I would say my pain level is probably still high. I would say it's at like 50% compared to maybe the 90% peak that it was at. It was really rough. But I will try the ice machine today with the compression aspect. But that's pretty much all I have in terms of accessories to my legs. I don't have anything else. Maybe when I leave the hospital, I will have more to my arsenal. But until then, I just have the ice machine.
Can you
Yeah,
shower
right.
yet? Has your gauze dried?
You see, I had this very bad sitting pain, very brutal sitting pain. Even sitting on the toilet specifically it is like hell, man. The toilet I have specifically is a little bit raised, so I think I'm unfortunate just in my room. When I'm sitting in the toilet, my feet are actually hanging in the air 2 to 3 inches. So you can imagine how sunk in my body does get into that toilet seat, and sort of the pressure you feel in your legs and thighs. But thankfully, they have my occupational therapist came to see me, and I poured my heart out to her. I said this is a pretty brutal situation for me. So they're moving me to another toilet, which is a normal height toilet. So. But yeah, I mean, that's another reason why to get the surgery, right? So you can at least use all the toilets that are on this planet, so without pain. So yeah, currently I have not been able to have a shower because the sitting pains have been so rough from the toilet experiences. But it has been getting a little bit better. Maybe I'm gonna shoot a shot at sitting on the shower seat just to compare the pain levels. And if I can sit comfortably on the shower seat, then I will most definitely would love to have a shower.
Yeah, that hot water going over your body is going to make a world of a difference. And I think we're all smiling. We're not laughing at you. We're just smiling, remembering just how
You've been
much
through
better
it.
it feels. Like
Yeah.
in a week or 10 days, or like, I don't want to overpromise, but like soon, in the grand scheme of things, in no time at all, this will be a distant memory. Like I literally cannot remember I remember how painful it was, but I don't remember the actual pain.
Yeah.
From the first couple weeks. That's gone. Okay, thank freaking goodness. So hopefully, Ryan, you'll join the club of people who were in pain soon. Fingers crossed that happens like today.
Thank you. I really do hope so. And I was a little bit really worried. I was like, oh, I haven't even started lengthening yet. I'm in so much pain. Are we gonna lengthen anytime soon? And I'm gonna be in double the amount of pain. But no, I think the doctor's been a little bit patient with me. I think we're gonna wait until I'm as comfortable as I can get. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're in good hands. So best of luck.
Yeah, and that's that post-surgical phase. It's really brutal, but once you get through that, it really does turn into a waiting game. You know, it really is. Cool. Let's see here. Somebody else was saying something. Was it you, Real, before we go off? Oh, no.
No, DJ Cyborg, did I cut you off at one point, or did my mic glitch?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Real might be frozen right now. I think.
Is it okay? I thought I was frozen again. Okay.
It's like intermittent for me.
It's
I see him for like a second and it comes back.
Copy a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Let's see here. So real quick, there's a few more questions that popped in here in the last minute or two. I just want to make sure we answer them. So this one's saying, when is Dr. Pilly coming on? So yeah, you guys talk about the Precice Max thing. So I think he made a statement on his Instagram, but you know, it was posted in the Discord. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to make another announcement until the nail comes back out. So I'm going to keep tabs on that. I'm sure he'll reach out to me, and we definitely want to get an update on the nail. This one from Dave is saying, once I undergo the surgery next year, I will join the panel and share my experiences. RealDeal and Socrates are funny. That's awesome. Always a joy to see them on. Yeah, it absolutely is. I would like to make them, you know, part of the co-hosts here. So whenever they're available, they can always come on and do interviews and stuff. Let's see. This one here is, he's asking, has anyone looked into acupuncture on the legs to help stimulate blood flow? So did anybody do that? Like HJ? Anybody? Mo?
No.
Not acupuncture, but my PT just ordered some kind of machine for me.
Yeah.
That like electronically stimulates the muscles and whatnot.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet, but she's like, we tried it on my lower quads.
Oh, the TENS unit or Easton machine?
It's not TEMS. It's like NR something or other. Like we did TEMS, and she was like, "This is fine, but what I want you to use is like even
EMR.
more." Oh crap! I'm scared.
EMR.
So, I'm not 100% sure. I'll check and let you guys know next time.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably EMR, electric muscle stimulation, or that's it, or EMS, but they have different ones. But if not, then because they're like very close to each other, they help activate the muscle. I use the same thing, Socrates, for me. HJ, you were saying something?
I thought he was talking about the TENS unit, but it was something else.
I don't think the TENS unit simulates blood flow so much as muscle contraction.
Yeah.
It's like
muscle
just
contraction, yes.
moving the muscles in and out, kind of. So I don't know about blood flow. It would be great if acupuncture worked, but I'm not sure if it does.
Yeah, me either. I'm not sure. I think that there was one patient way back on a live stream said something about that. Life of Joy saying, how painful is the Precice procedure? I have a leg length discrepancy of 2 centimeters, and I have to have this done for my back pain. Okay, I hear you. I feel you. So 2 centimeters, it's symptomatic. You got back pain. Like these guys just said, it's about the same. You're getting your leg broken. It does hurt. It hurts for sure in the first week. It's going to be bad in the week 2 as well. But after that, it can get rid of the swelling, like what Real and Socrates were talking about. It's going to get much better. And timing your pain pills, just like Ryan was talking about, it's key. Those 2 things, and then obviously getting as much rest as possible, icing, getting the swelling down. Those are keys to getting out of the pain phase. So.
Back pain is crippling. I would not hesitate. I would consult with your local, whoever the surgeons you were thinking about. Consult with them like yesterday.
Absolutely, and the really cool thing is that there are more surgeons worldwide that will do this for a medical reason than for stature, for cosmetic reasons. So if you're in any state in the U.S. or wherever you are, even worldwide, there's a lot more that will do it for that than this. So cool. And I think that is all I have. So anybody want to say anything before we go off? So we'll go around real quick because I always like to give you guys a chance to talk to your fans. So DJ Cyborg, anything to your fans, you Jason Bourne look like. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. So.
Yeah, I do have something to say to Ryan, because I know, Ryan, you said in chat that you weren't eating much. Like, you need to eat. Like, even though you don't feel like eating, you just need to do it.
Yep. Good advice. Okay. Socrates?
Yeah, I think this is one of the rare opportunities you'll have in your life to just have fast food and ice cream every day, like twice a day, and not regret it, okay? Because in 3 months, you're going to have to stop that. Or maybe 6, depending on how much you like them.
That's right. We're going to have our pizza party again soon over at the
You
HB
got that
house.
right.
I'm going to be coming there, do our live stream from there. I just bought a new podcast. I'll bring it out there. So,
Yep.
Cool. HJ, anything you want to say to your fans?
Yes. Before I sign out, Can I just share my screen for about a minute?
Sure. Yep.
Because one of the biggest questions everyone asks about leg ligament surgery is, what kind of equipment do I need? So I have a website. Instead of like showing you, let me just give you a brief 1 minute introduction to it.
Sure.
I promise it'll only take about a minute.
Did you put the screen on here? I can't see it on here.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Okay. I have this website, see heightjourney.com. And to see the heightjourney.com. And then if you click on the resources tab, it's the first thing that comes up is equipment for leg lengthening surgery patients. So there's 2 links and also a video accompanying it, explaining it. So you click on the first one, essential equipment. That's all the stuff we were talking about. Like, for example, if you look at the word tibia. Okay, so like essential equipment for tibial lengthening patients, there's the calf stretching board. That's very essential. And also what we were just talking about today, the plantar fasciitis night splints. I have a link to all the Amazon equipment, Amazon links for here, and if there's something available, I have an online store as well to give you more choices. So that's one. And then the other one is replenishable supplies. Click on that, and like some people were asking about what to do for scars. So I have a section here like scar healing products. This is mostly like nutritional supplements, but there's one for scar healing products like silicone scar tape and Moderna scar cream. So there's Amazon links, you can click on it. So just feel free to check it out. It's to help you out.
Oh, you're not. Sorry, HJ. I was getting messages from patients, and they're so funny. Real, close out the show.
So, guys, my word of advice is this, like everybody that's in pain right now and it's hurting, like there's it kills me. So anything that's like I say, you're in pain right now, you just got surgery, or you're thinking of getting surgery, I can tell you that when I sit back in the hot tub now, I feel that all this, the height, my surgery and everything got done, and it feels like it took 1 second out of my life. It is so rewarding. I stand at my patio door now, and you just lift your hand and you grab that door casing at the top. It's so cool. Like, it's a feeling that nothing you can do can give you that feeling. Nothing. And like I say, the pain that you're feeling right now is nothing. Like, you give it a couple of weeks, and if you're scared of the all that, well, like I said, once you're done, you'll be so happy, and the time of it is nothing. So aside from that, I don't know if Victor, I think, signed out, guys.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was just getting, there's a patient that sent me a message on WhatsApp in here, and I was just cracking up. I'm sorry, that's so unlike me. But anyway, yeah, okay. So thanks for sharing that, HJ. Real, absolutely, that's great advice. Mo, you were kind of quiet on the stream here. Do you have anything to say to your fans?
Sorry. Not much. I'm just doing the same old stuff. I'm gonna get you those videos on the running. But I'm still making progress week over week. So to everyone who's in pain right now or like getting through it, like the progress really is continual, and I already feel like looking back on it, like, wow, I really did all that, and it's kind of behind me now. So good luck to everyone, and I'll be around.
Can't wait to see that content. That'd be great. And then Ryan, last words of advice to your fans, your new patient. So
just remain as optimistic as you can. The time will come and the time will pass. That's it.
That's good. That's good advice. He said, be as optimistic as possible. Time will come and time will pass. You'll get through the painful parts and get to the greener pastures. So awesome. Great show, guys. Thanks so much. So yeah, guys, we'll see what happens next week. Like I said, it may be another open mic. We might have a guest. We'll see what happens. Kind of like very fluid with this stream. And let me just see what's going on. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys watching, all you guys watching from around the world. This is episode 113 of Limb Lengthening Live. And for all these amazing patients, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life signing out. See you guys next time. Bye.